Welcome to my personal favorite part of the entire program that we offer. I love so many parts about it, but the doghouse is extremely near and dear to my heart. This is our doghouse to mansion plan. It is used mainly as a 911 plan, an emotional 911 plan. Like when you find yourself just feeling like utter shit and you are either self-shaming or you feel shamed by somebody else, you're pissed off, you're lethargic, you're irritated, whatever it is, the doghouse will help. The doghouse is designed to get you into your heavier weighted emotions and pull you back out of them with absolute joy, fun, and goosebumps. I cannot wait to hear what the doghouses that are going to be that you guys create. I have so many of them, and I will totally share my list with you. There are 3 goals while creating our doghouse. The first is to keep it simple, the second is to actually create it, and the third is to play it repeatedly. The reason for the doghouse tool is because you know that there are going to be times in your life where you are going to feel as though you are either sending yourself or have been sent to the doghouse. These are times when you do not feel good, when you feel tense, when the emotions have piled too thick and they are too much to process through some sort of simple state change. This is where we're going to use this emergency plan. And the way I figure it is that if you're going to go to the doghouse, rehab that stinking thing and make a mansion out of it. In a way, the doghouse is like revisiting the shadow walk. Now, since we did the shadow walk and found the 7 core traumas as well as the root limiting belief, or AKA your life theme, you do not need to do this exercise with the same strategy of looking for specific past events. Instead, this tool is designed to help you keep your vessel clear and handle life circumstances as they come up. You can further explore if you'd like, and while doing this, things will come up. However, the point of this list is to help you feel and process any current emotions while using music to do it. The first half of this list is going to walk you down into the deeper, darker, heavier side of your emotions, just like we did with the chakra system. The second half is going to bring you back up with, hopefully, laughter and play, depending on the songs you choose. The point of this is to make it as simple as possible. Remember, my goal is to keep it supremely simple so that you always have access to this. The tools required are going to be your phone and a music app, as well as a playlist that you create. All right, your doghouse is going to hold 9 songs. The first song is going to be an entry song. This song is one that we want to inspire reflection, and we want to get your body on board. So I want you to think or feel into certain songs that actually create a desire for you to listen to more, to think about more, to reflect on more in your life. This song is very important because it's going to become like a Pavlov dog song for you. I want you to train your body so much to the point that anytime you hear this song, your body believes, I'm going to go get time alone with me, and is happy about it. That's the first song that we're looking for. A few example songs that I have for the entry songs of my playlist would be Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. This is because it reminds me of really just being able to get away. My Church by Maren Morris, because it reminds me to get outside and actually spend time with nature. And The Sound of Silence by Disturbed. And that's just reminding me to go inside my own self. The next 3 songs are going to be emotional invocation songs. So it's where we're actually calling forth the emotion that we need to process and get through. This usually starts with anger. A lot of times we aren't necessarily to the hurt yet. We're always usually at like this anger, frustration, irritated level. So I want you to think of a song that will pull the anger out of you. After that, something that's more like apathy, like, I don't care. And then from there can be the sadness or the hurt. Some examples of heavy invocation songs would be for anger, Straight Jacket by Alanis, for rage, Coming Undone by Korn, for indifference, 6-Inch Heels by Beyonce, for grief, Looking Too Closely by Fink, for guilt, Hands of Time by Armada, and for shame, Lovely by Billie Eilish. When you are searching for these songs, it's not so much, it is about the words, but it's also about the beat and the depth and the bass and the low, low, low tones that are going to take you down into those deeper, darker emotions that you need to excavate out of. So it's kind of like a rock bottom, but I know I need to kind of come up now. It's more like remembering who you are, almost like a reestablishment of your ego, but this time it's not ego for ego's sake. It's actually a firm belief in knowing who you are, what you deserve in life, without being overpowering or demeaning of anyone else. So it's a switch point song that's going to just shift the energy right here from this hurt state into more of a sense of relief, a sense of remembering who you are becoming, what you're here for, and why. The fifth song is more like a switch point song. Some examples of these type of songs would be Sagittarius by Trevor Hall, talking about reigniting that flame and still learning how to work with his own anger. Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. This is a little bit more of a pumpy song, but it's talking about coming back to life. Raising Hell by Keisha. This is one of my favorites because of the fact that it feels like that's literally what I'm doing, is bringing the hell up from within me to kind of come out and air out and be brought to the light. And then Wrong Bitch by Todrick Hall. This is another one of my favorites because especially when I'm feeling down on myself or have had some kind of argument, it's not again to come back with all this ego, but it's just reminding me that whatever shame I feel like I've been put into, that's the wrong bitch. That's not who I am. I made a mistake and I will, proceed. The next three songs are songs of empowerment. They are there to actually empower the switch point song, who you are, who you've become, and why. So you're going to find a song that reminds you of the power that you wield, the power that you own, the power that is yours, that you are being responsible and calling back to you. From there, it's a song of joy, one that reminds you to celebrate who you are, what you've become, and why. And then a song of forgiveness to remind you to just go ahead and let go of whatever circumstances happened and to kind of toss it up to a higher power, give it to God in a way, right? So this forgiveness so that you can settle back in to a state of peace. Now the last song is a song of gratitude. It's a thankful song, one where you get to thank yourself for taking the time to process the emotions. Maybe you're just thanking the universe in general, or thanking God, or thanking music. Whatever it is, some song that reminds you of the gratitude that you hold and the fact that gratitude in and of itself can easily shift your state. Some examples of songs of gratitude are All I Know So Far by Pink, Something in the Water by Carrie Underwood, Gratitude by Brandon Lake, Thank You by Alanis Morissette, and Thank You Again by Marvin Sapp. Once you are finished with your doghouse plan, I want you to think of it as exiting your mansion. It means that you've processed some of the stagnant emotions that are within your body, which means that now you're feeling reconnected to it and having a sense of lightness or relief about you. You will also have clarity between fact and feeling. This could mean that you've now shifted perspective. Maybe some things that you were taking too seriously now are humorous. Or maybe you realize that your perspective on it wasn't necessarily coming from a place of love and understanding. Maybe it was coming from a place of control and force. And so this allows you to just soften so that you can speak more clearly from the heart as to what you're really trying to say when you go back out into your environment to handle it. Now, while the songs are enough to help you process the emotions, sometimes you might have time to go a little bit deeper into it and start actually having a conversation with yourself. So in this process, while you're fine-tuning, you can actually get into some questions here. Maybe like, what triggered your life theme? Where is it playing in my life and who is it playing with? Meaning that, let's just say that my life theme triggered and I asked these three questions. What triggered it? It might have been my children. Where is it playing in my life? It's playing in my home environment. And who's it playing with? It might actually be playing with my husband, because there's a possibility that the trigger that happened with my children, I am now projecting on my husband. So it's one way for us to kind of analyze and really get centered about what's going on so that we can handle it moving forward. Now, one thing I've learned from working with people is that when you are dealing with your life theme, it is the root thing that comes up. So anytime that you're triggered, it's most likely that that life theme is coming up for you. It's that one limiting belief that's at the very bottom of the tree, and it's triggering and shaking all of the leaves on the rest of the tree. My life theme, for instance, is I don't matter. And when this comes up, it's because I feel I don't matter to someone, or I actually am betraying myself and not mattering to my own word. Those are the types of things that you want to look for when you're either sending yourself to the doghouse, or when it feels as though someone else is sending you to the doghouse. Another way that you can really recognize this life theme is that you end up saying these words out loud. Maybe not necessarily about yourself, but about other things. For instance, I will say, oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, it's okay. No big deal. Or no worries. Or, oh, it's okay because I don't need to do that right now. There's always this sense of not mattering, whether it be my work not mattering, or the day not mattering, or the laundry not mattering. That's when I know my life theme's running, and boy, does that thing run almost every day. Now, some other things that you might want to add to this doghouse plan of yours might be additional music. I have multiple doghouse plans. I've got little tiny ones, I've got big ones, I've got ones that are even set for certain people. My longest one's about 3.5 hours long, and that is when I'm really ticked off. So you can use extra music, or you could use meditation or movement. You might want to go ahead and jot some ideas down. Maybe you want to tap or validate some feelings, or dance or stretch or walk, journal, write poetry. I love poetry. These are some other tools that you can add to your doghouse plan if you'd like, while you're even listening to the music, or maybe after the music's over, or maybe before the switch point. Who knows? However it is you want to create it, that's where I would say to go. If you would like ideas for more tools to expand your toolbox, then we do have a tips and tricks toolbox available for you, where we show you different methods in order to help calm the somatic system. We also have multiple songs of playlists that are all divided into different categories if you'd like to add more songs to that. Just make sure to speak up in our group chat so that we know that you're asking, or you can send us an email at info@alt-university.com. Above all, remember this: if you're going to go to that doghouse, then make it a mansion and look forward to it. Now, in order for this tool to work really well moving forward in your life, then that means that you need to listen to it every day for the next 2 weeks. It doesn't even mean that you are in need of listening to it every day, but I do want you to get your body trained to hear it. I want you to get your body excited about listening to it, about going to it, about even just hearing it play in the background, so that anytime that first song plays, you have a connection with your body immediately that says, hey, it's time to go to the doghouse. The best part about that is that when you are going to the doghouse and you let everyone else know you're going to the doghouse, then they just start getting used to recognizing and realizing that you're about to go spend some time with yourself. You're in a, crappy mood, and you're going to come back feeling wonderful and light and excited about life, ready to handle whatever triggered you to begin with, or to even just simply let it go. This is such a great time, and my favorite part is just letting my husband know I'm going to the doghouse. And he knows, don't bother me, don't call me, just let me process my emotions, and I will come back without taking them out on you.